Good morning. If you have your Bibles, I'd like you to turn me to Psalms 23, verse 4. That's Psalms 23, verse 4. And I should be telling you in a minute, I'm going to be reading from the English Standard Version of the Bible. Does everybody have it? Okay. Psalms 23, verse 4 says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." I want to title this lesson, Don't Give Up on God. Don't give up on God. Let's talk a little bit about our book. First of all, the book of Psalms is an Old Testament book. And the book of Psalms is one of the 66 books of the Bible and one of the 39 books of the Old Testament. The Psalms 23 in particular is written by King David. It's a Psalm of David. Now, we know some things we know about King David was, of course, he defeated Goliath. He was the king of Israel for 40 years, according to 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 11. And he was the father of Solomon, which we know, of course, Solomon, he asked God for wisdom. Okay? Now, as Christians, we will be up against a multitude of things in our lives, right? We're going to face situations and trials and troubles in our lives, all right? But just because we fall doesn't mean we stop trying, okay? Now, think about a baby trying to walk, right? Just because the baby falls down doesn't mean they stop walking, doesn't mean they stop trying to walk, And the same thing can be said about us. Just because we fall down doesn't mean we stop trying. All right? So in this situation, I want you to give a scenario in your head. The father of the child or the mother of the child, whoever's teaching how to walk, is God. And the baby is us. Just because we fall, the father or whoever's teaching how to walk is always picking the child up so that it's able to walk. It's able to stand up. All right? And when the baby falls, the dad or the mom or whoever is there to pick him up, just like God is. You see, when we face trials and tribulations, we shouldn't give up. When circumstances arise in our lives, we shouldn't give up. When wolves encamp around us, we shouldn't give up. Don't give up. You see, the battle is not over until God says it's over.
That's right.
God has the final say. God has the final say. And when God has his hand in it, within the battle, we have already won, y'all. We have already won. You see, no matter what the doctors might say, or their conclusion, or what the devil and the enemies might say or do, the battle is in the hands of God, and it's in good hands. You ever heard that Allstate commercial? He says, "Allstate, are you in good hands?" Well, with God, we're in good hands. Not only are we in good hands, but our situation's in good hands. The best hands. You see, some of us, like I say, we face a multitude of things in our lives. Some people are fighting depression right now, or some people are facing loss of a loved one in their life. Somebody might have walked out their lives, or somebody might have passed away, and that's a battle, or some might be dealing with financial problems in their lives. But whatever it is or may be, don't give up and don't quit. Don't give up and don't quit. Don't give up on God, because God hasn't given up on us. He won't give up on you. He won't give up on us, y'all. So many have given up, and that's why they take their lives, because they give up on life. They give up because they feel like there's no way out, or nobody cares about me, but God cares about you. All right. Now I got a prop here. I like using props. I love them. I have a rock here, right? All right, so God has the qualities of a rock. He should be the rock of our lives. But I'm going to explain why he has the qualities of a rock. Because God is the type of rock that we can lean on, right? He's the kind of rock that we can lean and depend on, right? So when times get tough, turn to the rock, which is Jesus Christ.
All right.
Lean on him in times of trouble. Don't give up. But I'm going to tell you, don't give up. Lean on the rock, which is Jesus Christ. All right? Because the rock, think about this rock is solid. Just like God is, it's firm, and some things you in life, some things that you lean on, they might dissipate. They might fall apart. But the rock, which is Jesus Christ, won't fall apart. He'll hold you up.
Yes, it will.
He'll hold you up. He'll give you the ability to stand. Okay?
Amen.
That's one of two props I'm going to use today. Just want to let you know. All right. So many, like I say, but look at the Bible. All right? Look at Joshua. Think about it. He didn't give up in the Battle of Jericho. Look at Job. He didn't give up after everything that he went through. Think about King David. He didn't give up after everything that he had been through. Think about, he didn't give up. When he faced Goliath. Look at Jesus. He didn't give up even though everything that he had been through. Think about everything that he had been through, y'all. And I've composed a list of things that he went through. Think about it. His disciples turned their back on him. The Pharisees criticized him. The devil tempted him. He himself was crucified. But in spite of all that, Jesus did not give up. And we should be the same way. We shouldn't give up. Because the same things that Jesus went through, we're going through today. And you say, how is that, Reverend White? Well, I'm glad you guys going to break it down for you. See, we got people in our own lives, our friends and family, that turn their back on us. The devil tempts us. He tempts us. See, people criticize us. And we're crucified, not in the sense that Jesus was, but crucified by people. All right? We go through the same thing that he went through. But just like he didn't give up, we shouldn't either. He didn't give up. He didn't give up. And we look at Paul. He didn't give up after everything that he faced. And like I say, we shouldn't give up or throw in the towel either. See, the test, sometimes God puts us through, Jesus himself tests us, all right, you all? He tests us. And the test is not for our bad, the test is for our good.
All right.
You see, God has a way of shaking us up with our own, God, sometimes God has to shake us loose, all right? He shakes us loose. But with God, he has to shake us loose, of the things that don't belong. And we feel like a situation, God will put us through the test, and that test is a situation that test is a situation, all right? What we face is a situation. God will test us, all right? And that test is a situation, That test might be a situation in our lives, right? But God will bring you through that test. He's able to bring you through that test, all right? He's able to bring you through, And he has, and don't get upset when God shakes loose things that don't belong. Don't get mad when he has to shake things that don't belong because God is here for our good. God has our best interests at heart. All right. So he has to shake things that don't belong. He's doing it for our good. He ain't doing it for our bad. He's doing it for our good. And when God shakes those things loose, ain't no use in you trying to pick them up or trying to bring them back. Because God did it for a reason. God knows what he's doing. Yes, he knows what he's doing. So, when God gives us a test, he's trying to build us up and to get the best out of us. Amen. He's trying to get the best out of us. You ever notice I carry the little Gatorade that you put in water? I can't think of the name of it. It's Gatorade. Gatorade I put inside my water. And so when I pour in the water, when I pour in the Gatorade into the cup, it don't do nothing. That's right. But when you shake it up, come on now. The best comes out of you. The best comes out of you, all right? So that's what God is trying to do. He's trying to get the best out of us. Yeah. So don't give up. Some feel like giving up. Some of us feel like giving up or throwing in the towel. We all can attest to if it was, and I don't want to say something. We all can attest if it wasn't for Jesus, we wouldn't have made it through. Amen. We wouldn't have made it through what we were facing, what we were going through. All right? Amen. All right? See, God stepped in, and because of him, we made it through. It was because God interceded on our behalf in our situation that we made it through. I know some of us were on the brink of giving up. I know some of us were on the brink of giving up. And I know some of us ain't going to admit it, but I know I can attest to this lesson myself. Some of us do feel like we give up, but when God steps in, he makes it all right. You see, we won't have it. See, we wouldn't have made it through it without him. All right? You see, we may fall down, but that doesn't mean we stay down, all right? See, we may fall down, but that doesn't mean we stay down. When we fall down, it is not the end, y'all. It is not the end. Because, like I said, going back to the rock, when you hit rock bottom, you find out Jesus is the rock. All right? And when we fall, and if we do fall, we will. Don't say. I know people say I ain't never fell. I ain't never gonna fall. But we all are going to face something in our lives, right? We all gonna fall. Everyone, we all gonna fall. And but God is able to stretch His hand out to us. He's able to stretch His hand out and pick us up, right? He's able to do it. And if Jesus, and I look at it. If God did it for Peter, remember when Peter was out on the water? God stretched His hand out to Peter, and He's able to do the same thing for me. All right? Some of us in our lives are sinking, all right? We're sinking. But just like God was able to save Peter, He's able to save us. Amen. He's able to save us, all right? Now, it doesn't matter how hard we might fall. It doesn't matter how many times we fall. It doesn't matter how far we've fallen. God is able to pick us up. He is. Some of us are asking ourselves, why shouldn't I give up? Well, why shouldn't I give up, Reverend White? Well, I'm going to explain why. See, Psalms 23 verse 1 tells us that the Lord is our shepherd. Okay, Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 tells us that God is with us. All right, Exodus chapter 14 verse 14 tells us that God will fight our battles. So, break those three scriptures down. You get God is our shepherd. God is with us. And God fights our battles. And that is why we don't give up. That is why we don't give up. Those three scriptures. And those are just the three scriptures that I had found, But there are plenty. The Bible is riddled with examples of why we shouldn't give up. Because of who God is. Because of who God is. You see, we have come. Last time I preached, I talked about the road that we're on, all right? This road that we're on. And see, we have come too far on this road to give up and go back. We have come too far on this Christian road to give up and go back, all right? But on this road, we may bend, but we won't break. Because we got Jesus. You see, on this road, the devil will attack us with everything he has. On this road, the devil will come at us from every which side. On this road, the devil will throw everything he can at us. This road is not 290 or 183. This road is called the Christian road. And we are on it. We are on this road. And on this road, we have two choices that we can make, that we can pick from, y'all. The first choice is to give up on everything and stay down. And the second choice is to get back up and keep fighting. Everyone who has picked the first choice, some people have picked the first choice for their lives, all right? But this is not the end. God will empower us to get back up. I know there are some people who have picked the second choice, in their lives, to stay down and feel like they can't get up. But I'm telling you that God will give you strength to get back up. If God brought us through it, He can bring us through it, y'all. See, as Christians, it ain't over until God says it's over. I know I'm not using correct English. Correct grammar is, it isn't over unless God says it's over. But I was raised by country folks, so it ain't over until God says it's over. You see, God is able to work it out for us. God is able to work it out for us. See, the Lord is able to work it out. Whatever it is. Whatever is broken in our lives, God is able to fix. He's able to fix it. You see, and if God hasn't given up on any of us within our situation, God hasn't given up on any of us in our situations. He hasn't given up on us. You see, God showed His, and I'm gonna give you an example why. You see, God showed His unwillingness to give up on us with Christ. How? Well, I'm glad you asked. He loved us so much that He was willing to give. He loved us so much that He was unwilling to give up on us, y'all. You see? See, God reconciled us back to him through Jesus. And I got another prop I wanted to use. Now, anybody know what this is? This is a charger. Thank you. Now, this plug represents power, all right? And this is God right here. The string is representation of Jesus. And the hand is, of course, like, it's us. Because it's like, it's a hand. The hand is us, all right? So when Adam disobeyed in the garden, it broke the cord between God and man, all right? But then God loved us so much and was unwilling to give up on us that he sent Jesus, all right, which is the cord between us and him. So he's in the middle. He's in the middle. He's between us and God. He's in the middle, y'all. He's in the middle. All right. So whatever we go through in our lives, don't give up on God, y'all. Don't give up. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I know things are hard. Things are difficult. But remember this lesson. Don't give up. I know it's everything, it seems like everything is falling down upon us and things aren't going our way and you feel like you're going through so much hell. All right. I know if you haven't felt that, then I have in my life. I felt that sometimes. I have felt where I have felt that I've been through so much and I can't overcome it and I can't do it. But when you feel that way, you just got to call on Jesus. You got to call on his name. He'll help you. He'll help you to get through whatever you're facing, He will. And people don't believe that. People don't believe that God can make a way. But they haven't tried. I tell them they haven't tried They haven't tried my God. They haven't tried my God, y'all. Because God can, like I say, God can make a way out of any way, There's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing too hard for him. And people have the ability, have the audacity to underestimate what God can do. To doubt God. Right? But I'm going to tell you what, I'd rather stick with God, right? Because God stuck with me through my low points. And see, that's how you tell, that's the type of person God is. He stuck with me when I was at my low point. He stuck with us when we were at our low point. And now some of us we're all good. We're at the high points and God is still sticking with you. But I want you to remember what you went through in your past, or what you're going through, or what you're going to go through. And remember that God stuck with you through it all. He didn't give up on us. Family members have given up on you. People have given up on you. But God didn't. He didn't give up. I'm just thankful about that, because people will write you off. People will tell you that you're nothing, that you can't make it, that you're not going to make it. All right, I'm gonna tell you. Let me break a little example down for y'all right quick. I'm on this road walking, and on this road you got people on the side. They tell you can't make it, Reverend White. You can't get through it, Reverend White. You can't. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna stay down. But guess what? I'm not listening to them, and we shouldn't either, because God is saying, "Come on, Marchall, you got it. You got it. Keep moving." And see, God will bring you through. You see, God, you're walking like this. You got to go through these people. They're just talking and talking and talking and talking. And see, God bring you through on the other side. All right, he did it. He'll do it in a way that you know he did it. And see, those people on the road, they'll say, Reverend, I was behind you the whole time. No, they were not behind you. They were talking about you. They were saying this and saying that and saying this and saying that. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, the Lord will make a way. Because you walk through everything. You walk like this. You say, and people look at you. They try to get you to sweat. They try to get you to sweat. I'm going to tell you. All right. And you just make it through. You say, walking, moving. And then folks say, I don't know how you made it. God, I don't know how you made it. And it'll leave them in a bizarre mystery. It'll be a mystery. They don't know how you made it. That's right. And I say, I just got Jesus. I'm making it. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you that's not even the shouting part of it. That's not even the shouting part of it, y'all. When he brings you out, that's the shouting part. When you make it, that's the shouting part. Because you say, and when you look up, you say it was nobody but God. It wasn't them. It wasn't it wasn't your family. It wasn't your friends. It was nobody but Him. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know, you can do like this. So, you know, when you win a race, you be excited. You can lift your hands up. You can say, "Nobody but God." Nobody but God brought me through my trial, my tribulation, my storm, my circumstance. Nobody but the Lord. Thank you.